If you're a man over 60 and you've quietly noticed that your penis just doesn't work the way it used to, if morning erections have disappeared, if arousal feels distant, or if intimacy has become awkward, frustrating, or even embarrassing, this isn't just part of getting older. This is your body trying to warn you, and the longer you ignore it, the harder it becomes to get it back. My name is Dr. Mohit Kara. I'm a professor of urology and the director of men's health at Baylor College of Medicine. For more than 30 years, I've helped men overcome sexual decline without relying on pills or painful injections. And I can tell you this, what you do every morning plays a bigger role in your manhood than you've ever been told. You see, most men think testosterone is the issue, but the real reason your erections are fading, it's poor blood flow, not just to your heart, but to your penis. And the good news, it's fixable. Today, I'm going to walk you through one simple morning routine that takes less than 3 minutes, but helps restore circulation, repair blood vessels, reactivate nitric oxide, and begin the recovery of your sexual function naturally. So, don't go anywhere because what I'm about to share with you has helped thousands of men reignite their confidence, reclaim intimacy, and feel like themselves again, often in just a matter of days. And it all starts the moment you wake up. Before we get started, if you're serious about restoring your vitality and staying informed with real science-backed advice for men over 60, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure the bell is on. That way, you'll never miss another tip that could change your health and your life. And if this message resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me how I can serve you better. Your feedback means everything. So, let's begin with the most important truth, one that surprises nearly every man I meet. Your penis didn't stop working because you got older. It stopped working because something inside your body changed. Something that has nothing to do with your age, and everything to do with how blood flows through your vessels. Let me explain. Erectile dysfunction is not caused by age 1. Erectile dysfunction is not caused by age. When men come into my clinic, men in their 60s, 70s, even early 80s, they usually sit down, sigh, and say something like, "Doc, I guess this is just part of getting old." They say it with a tired kind of acceptance, almost like they've made peace with the idea that their manhood is fading and there's nothing they can do about it. But every time I look them in the eye and tell them the same thing, that's simply not true. Erectile dysfunction is not caused by age. Getting older doesn't shut down your body. In fact, your body wants to keep going. It wants to function, connect, perform, and feel pleasure just like it did decades ago. But what happens over time is this. The highways that deliver blood to your penis, the arteries and capillaries, slowly lose their flexibility. They harden, they narrow. The inner lining that keeps those vessels smooth and responsive, called the endothelium, begins to break down. That process is called endothelial dysfunction. And it's the silent reason why men over 60 start to lose their erections. Here's how I explain it to patients. Think of your penis like a sponge waiting to be filled with blood. That's what an erection is. Blood trapped in the sponge. But if there's not enough pressure in the pipes, not enough healthy blood flow, that sponge can't fill. It stays soft, weak, unresponsive, and the worst part, you can still have a decent testosterone level, still feel desire, but your body can't physically respond. That's not a hormone problem. That's a circulation problem. Now here's the good news. Blood flow can be restored. The endothelium can heal. Nitric oxide, the molecule that tells your blood vessels to expand, can be reactivated. Your penis isn't broken, it's simply undersupplied. And when you give your body what it needs, hydration, movement, oxygen, nutrients, it remembers how to function. I've seen men who thought they were finished experience spontaneous morning erections again. I've seen intimacy restored in couples who had gone years without, and not because of a little blue pill, but because they finally understood what was really going on inside their body. This truth alone changes everything, because once you stop blaming your age, you start taking action. You stop accepting decline as inevitable, and you start making small decisions each day that move you back towards strength, energy, and confidence. And what's incredible is that this healing process doesn't begin with surgery or prescriptions. It starts with something so simple, so overlooked, and so powerful that most men miss it completely. It starts with what you do in the first 60 seconds after you wake up. Let me show you. 2. Your morning. Your morning habits are secretly making it. Worse habits are secretly making it worse. Most men have no idea how much damage is being done in the first hour of their day. I know because I used to overlook it myself years ago. I'd roll out of bed, reach for my phone, maybe skip breakfast, rush into work, and feel completely depleted by mid-M morning. And I wasn't even in my 60s yet. But what I've learned over decades of studying men's health is this. The way you start your morning is either helping your penis recover or quietly shutting it down. Let me paint the picture I see far too often. You wake up still a little groggy. Maybe you didn't sleep that well. You reach for your phone, scroll through some news or emails, and start your day already stressed. No water, no movement, maybe a quick cup of coffee, maybe nothing at all. You tell yourself it's no big deal, it's just a normal morning. But inside your body, something very specific is happening. Your blood is thick, your vessels are tight, your circulation is sluggish, and the tiny arteries that supply blood to your penis are starting the day constricted and underpowered. Your body's natural repair systems, your kidneys, your liver, your hormones are all trying to reboot in the morning, and without support, they struggle. Think of it like trying to start your car on an empty tank. Without water, your blood volume drops. Without movement, nitric oxide production stays dormant. Without nutrients, your cells remain starved, and the result? Your energy dips. Your sexual response weakens, and your body slips a little further away from the man you used to be. I've had patients look me in the eye and ask, "Doctor, Cara, why am I so tired in the morning? Why don't I feel like myself anymore?" And when we dig deeper, it's not just about hormones or aging. It's about how they're treating their body when it's most vulnerable. Because mornings set the tone for everything. Your circulation, your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your mindset, even your libido. One patient of mine, let's call him Tom, 68 years old, told me he hadn't had a morning erection in nearly 5 years. He thought it was just gone for good. But when we simply changed his morning habits, just a few small tweaks, within 2 weeks, he started waking up with signs of life again. And that moment changed everything for him. Not just physically, but emotionally. He said, "I feel like I'm waking up as a man again." That's the power of mornings. They're not throwaway hours. They're the most powerful reset button your body gets. And most men are missing it. So, if you've been stuck in a cycle of fatigue, low desire, or weak erections, don't overlook the morning. Don't brush it off like it's unimportant. It's the window where your body is most ready to respond if you give it the right signal. Now, the question becomes, what exactly is that signal? What's the simplest, most effective thing a man over 60 can do right after waking up to begin reactivating blood flow and supporting his sexual health without medication? The answer is surprisingly simple, and it starts with water. Morning Penis Recovery Protocol 3. Morning Penis Recovery Protocol. 3 simple steps. When I first started sharing this protocol with my older patients, many of them looked at me like I was oversimplifying. "Really, Doc? Just this? That's it?" And I always smiled because I knew what was coming. See, sometimes the most powerful fixes are also the most overlooked. We expect the solution to be complicated. We think it has to involve medications, surgeries, or some brand new therapy. But in reality, What your body needs to begin recovering, especially at this stage of life, is already within your reach, and it starts the moment you open your eyes. The first step is hydration. Not coffee, not juice, just 2 glasses of clean filtered water, room temperature, or slightly cool, no flavour, no gimmicks, just water. And here's why that matters. After 6 to 8 hours of sleep, your body wakes up dehydrated. Your blood is thicker, your circulation is slower, and your brain is foggy. Your blood vessels, especially the small ones in your penis, are like dry sponges, tight and constricted. That first glass of water doesn't just quench your thirst. It literally wakes up your circulatory system. It rehydrates your tissues, restores volume to your blood, and kickstarts nitric oxide production, the very molecule your body uses to open up those vessels and allow blood to flow where it needs to go. I've had patients tell me that after just 3 days of starting their morning with water, they felt more alert, more energized, and even noticed better function during intimacy. It's that fast. The second step is gentle movement. Now, I'm not asking you to run a mile or hit the gym at 6 a.m. What I recommend is something incredibly simple. 2 to 3 minutes of light activity. That could be stretching, marching in place, slow squats, or just walking around your kitchen while breathing deeply. What matters most is getting your blood moving. Why? Because movement signals your body to produce nitric oxide. It opens up the arteries, especially the small vessels in the pelvic region. It sends a message to your endothelium, the lining of your blood vessels, that it's time to wake up and perform. One of my patients, James, 72 years old, told me he started doing a 5-minute stretch and breathe routine every morning before breakfast. Within a week, he said he felt more alive downstairs than he had in years. That's not magic, that's physiology. The third step, if you eat breakfast, is to choose foods that support blood flow and testosterone, not sabotage them. This means foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and clean protein. Eggs, berries, beets, Greek yogurt, a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds. These are not just good for your heart, they're good for your manhood. And on the flip side, cutting out processed meats, sugar-heavy cereals, and salty breakfast sandwiches gives your arteries room to heal. You're creating the conditions your body needs to start repairing itself. This is how we gently, consistently rebuild blood flow and restore confidence, by starting your morning with intention. Now, I know all of this may sound almost too simple, but over the years, I've watched men reclaim their strength with these exact steps. No gimmicks, no prescriptions, just a shift in how they treat their body when it needs support the most. And what happens when you stay consistent with these steps day after day? That's when something incredible starts to shift. Something that goes beyond just function and reaches into how you feel as a man. Because what you're about to discover next is not just what these changes do for your body, but how quickly they start working when you stay the course. What happens after? Just 7 days. 4. What happens after just 7 days? I'll never forget the look on Richard's face. He was 66 years old, a retired school principal, and he came into my office with a quiet kind of frustration that I see far too often. "Dr. Kira," he said, "I feel like I've done everything right in life, but this part of me, this part that used to make me feel like a man, it's gone." His voice cracked a little when he said it, and we sat in that silence for a moment. Then I handed him a simple plan, the same one you just learned. Water, movement, a better breakfast, nothing extreme, just daily consistency. And I said, "Give it 7 days. Just 7, then let's talk." 7 days. That's all it took for Richard to feel the first spark of change. He emailed me at the end of the week. One line, "I woke up hard today." You may not realize how powerful that is until you've gone months or years without it. For a man, a morning erection isn't just a physical event. It's a sign of life, a sign that your body is still working, still capable, still strong. And when it returns, even slightly, it does something to your spirit. I've seen it over and over again. You give your body what it needs for just 1 week: hydration, movement, blood flow, oxygen, and it responds faster than most people expect. The fog starts to lift. That afternoon, fatigue isn't quite as heavy. You start to feel more present with your partner. Your thoughts feel sharper, and, most importantly, you feel a flicker of confidence again. Not the kind that's loud or performative, but the quiet, grounded confidence that comes from knowing your body is healing. There's something powerful that happens when you stop relying on pills and start working with your own biology. Your brain wakes up. Your circulation improves. Your testosterone doesn't have to work as hard because your blood flow is finally supporting it. And what might have seemed like a distant memory, being intimate without stress or pressure, suddenly feels possible again. Now, to be clear, this isn't some miracle cure. It's not overnight, but it is fast. Especially when you've been neglecting your body for years. That's the thing. Your body wants to heal. It's waiting for the right signal. And when it gets it, you start noticing changes that go beyond just Seth. Your energy in the afternoon improves. Your sleep becomes deeper. You wake up feeling less groggy. Even your joints might feel a little looser. Why? Because better circulation touches everything. It doesn't just benefit your penis. It nourishes your entire system. I often tell my patients, sexual health is the tip of the iceberg. When that starts to come back online, it's usually a sign that your whole body is coming back to life. And once that happens, once you start feeling like yourself again, even just a little, you'll want to keep going. You'll want to know what else is possible. Because the final piece of this puzzle isn't just about the morning routine. It's about what this new momentum unlocks in the bigger picture of your health. And in our final step, we'll talk about how to make sure this recovery isn't temporary, but becomes a lasting, powerful new chapter in your life. 5. This is a lifestyle signal. This is a lifestyle signal, not a quick fix. I've worked with men long enough to know we all want results, and we want them fast. And I get it. When your confidence is slipping and your body feels like it's betraying you, you don't want promises. You want proof. But here's what I've come to realize after decades in men's health. True recovery doesn't come from shortcuts. It comes from signals. Every choice you make, especially first thing in the morning, tells your body something. When you drink water instead of skipping it, when you move instead of staying stiff, when you eat to nourish instead of just fill, you're sending a clear signal. I'm still in this. I still care. I still want to feel like myself. That signal builds momentum. It reawakens systems in your body that have gone quiet, not because they're broken, but because they haven't been called upon in a long time. And that's the truth most men need to hear. You're not too old. You're not too far gone. You've just been sending your body the wrong signals for too long. And the best part, once that signal is clear and consistent, your body responds. Not just with stronger erections, but with more energy, sharper focus, and a quiet strength that starts showing up in every part of your life. But how do you keep that signal going day after day until this isn't just a recovery? It becomes your new normal. That's exactly what we'll uncover next. Conclusion. If you've made it this far, then I want to thank you, not just for watching, but for caring for yourself, for your health, for your future. Because what we've talked about today isn't just a routine. It's a reset. A quiet, powerful way to remind your body that it's not finished, that you're not done. We've uncovered the truth. Erectile dysfunction isn't caused by age. It's caused by blood flow breakdown. And your morning habits, as small as they seem, can either make that worse or finally start to repair it. That's why the recovery begins with something simple. 2 glasses of water, 2 minutes of movement, a better breakfast. You do that for 7 days, and things begin to shift, not just in your body, but in your spirit. Because when you take control of your mornings, you take control of your momentum. And over time, that momentum becomes confidence, vitality, even intimacy. But above all, it becomes yours again. Not something you wait for, but something you create. I've walked this road with thousands of men, and I can tell you with certainty, it's never too late to come back. Your body still remembers how your blood still wants to move, and your manhood is still in there, waiting for you to show up. So, start tomorrow morning. Not perfectly, just intentionally. Start small, stay consistent, and watch what happens. You'll be surprised how fast life returns. If this message spoke to you and you'd like to support more content like this for men over 60, consider making a small donation. Every bit helps us reach more men who need real answers and hope. Click the link below to contribute. Your support truly makes a difference.